What's up guys, and welcome back to On the Brick with another minifig showcase. We're still going through Alien April, and this week I have Samara from Mass Effect. If you like what you see today, then please hit that like button and consider subscribing. We just hit 6,500 subs, and on Wednesday I have a special video for that. But first, we have this Samara, which comes from Calypso Customs. I've been showing off a lot of their minifigs recently, as they do a bigger variety than just clones or Jedi. And though some of the minifigs of theirs that I have shown off have certainly had their issues, I do think this is one of the better ones. The Mass Effect Trilogy +1 is one of my favorite gaming series out there, but out of my favorite characters, Samara is pretty low on that list. But this minifig did look the best, so I went with it. And honestly, I will say that it does look really good. There's plenty of details here, the printing is nice, and it even is 360-degree printed as well. The design matches Samara's outfit relatively well. If you've played the game, you know what the one big difference is. However, the way that it was done here still works in my opinion. It is Lego after all. With that said though, I do like that you can still see the distinct layers of the armor, the colors come together nicely, each being distinct but also coming together as well. And there's also the negative space on the torso, which doesn't look bad this time around. The printing on the side, like it usually is pretty minimal, but I wanted to point out that it lines up much better this time around than it did with the Raider I showed off a few weeks ago. And the printing on the side of the torso actually makes sense when comparing it to the negative space on the front and back. And speaking of the back, this is one of the few minifigs that actually has a whole ton of details back here. Again, you can see the different layers of the armor, the plating, the cloth, and everything. This is an incredibly well designed minifig. Now, however, if I'm going to point out the stuff that I really like, I also have to point out some of the problems, like how on this leg, the printing does not match up. This is unfortunately all too common with Calypso Customs. I think every single minifig of theirs that I have has some sort of misaligned print like this. I would really love to see them work on this, as I think it would help improve their overall quality. Just like with the Raider piece, this does have a custom headpiece, but this time around it works a lot better. I've had no issues with this one at all. It doesn't fall off easily. It actually stays very well connected to the head. And even though you can tell that there is a difference in the color, it matches much more closely than with the Raider. This is a custom made element by Calypso Customs, of course. I believe it's 3D printed, and it honestly just looks really good. I think that this really gives the Asari head vibe. And as I've said many times in my videos, the way that I tend to judge things like this is, when you look at it, can you tell what it's supposed to be? And in this case, I think yes, quite easily. I do think it would have been a little nicer to have a few more of the tendrils right on the back here where it gets flat, but again, overall, I think it just works pretty well. It's okay. So with all that said, this is one of the better minifigs I've gotten from Calypso Customs, even though it does still have some flaws. Overall, still not that bad. Link to it will be in the description down below, but I would love to know your thoughts or what other minifigs I should check out. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and a huge thank you to all of my patrons, especially Shiny Mimikyu. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.